Happy morning, dear kids. How are you? Are you all fine? Yes. Okay. So you are all ready to listen to today's class, right? Okay. So did you listen to yesterday's class? Did you understand everything? Okay. Do you have any doubt? So if you have any doubt, you can contact me. Okay. Okay. So today we have already completed unit 1 from semester 2 book, right? And now we are going on to unit 2. Okay. So the unit 2 is the laburnum. Okay. Laburnum. Okay. So you all know certain trees and certain flowers which grow at certain seasons, right? Okay. So do you know Kurunji? Yes, Kurunji. So Kurunji, when does the flower grows in Kurunji? Once in 12 years. Okay, so once in 12 years only the Kurunji will bloom. Okay, Kurunji will bloom, and it is in our India we can see in Nilgiri Hills and Kodaikanal. Okay, so in Nilgiri Hills and Kodaikanal. Okay, there we can see. Okay, so likewise there are few flowers which grow only in certain seasons. Okay, so here we are going to study the laburnum. So laburnum is also a tree which is producing flowers in the month of May, that is in summer seasons. Okay, so this is the picture of the laburnum. And do you know laburnum? Have you seen this tree anywhere? You might have seen. In Tamil it is known as Konnai Maram. They used to say like that. Okay, so have you seen that? So if you don't know that tree means, you can ask your parents, they will know. Okay, so you can ask your parents and you can know the tree. Okay, so the English name for that is the laburnum. Okay, so today we are going to see about this particular tree. Okay, shall we see? Okay. Yes, in your book page number 32. Okay, yes. So this poem is written by Meera Oberoi. Okay, so Meera Oberoi, and she is a very good children's writer. Okay, she used to write for children. Okay, and this Meera Oberoi, she was born in 1952 and died in 2012. Okay, and she retold the fairy tales, myths and legends from the stories of Mahabharata. Okay, so you all know Mahabharata, right? It's a great epic and there are so many stories there. And this Meera Oberoi used to write this stories. She used to take the stories from the Mahabharata and she used to say in a fairy way so that the kids can understand it very easily. Okay, and some of her published books are Leadership Secrets from Mahabharata, Stories from Mahabharata, Indian Folk Tales, Penguin Book of Gardening in India, and the Puffin Book of Classic Indian Tales for Children. So she has written so many books for children. Okay, and she loves writing, and besides writing, she is very much interested in gardening and painting. Okay, so Meera Oberoi is very much interested in gardening and painting. Okay, so now we are going to see about the laburnum. That's the tree that is producing yellow flowers in the month of May, that is summer season. Okay, so this Meera Oberoi is having a tree on the one corner of her area, and she is describing about that tree. Okay, shall we see what is there inside in the poem? Okay. Just down the road from where I live, a lone laburnum grows. It does not advertise itself, unlike the cawing crows. Once again, just down the road from where I live, a lone laburnum grows. It does not advertise itself, unlike the cawing crows. So here, where actually there is a laburnum tree, a lonely tree. Okay, only one tree, which is there down the road from where this Meera Oberoi is living. Okay, so there is a laburnum tree near the area where this Meera Oberoi lives. Okay, so the laburnum is alone and it does not advertise itself, unlike the cawing crows. Actually, this tree is very common and no one usually notice the tree. Okay, so unlike it is just simply it is standing lonely and it does not advertise like a crow. So crows, what it will do, it is a very common bird and no one likes and no one is interested to see the crow, but it advertises by cawing. So cawing, actually all the animals and birds, there are sounds, the sounds of the animals which are birds which is making, we used to describe by words, right? So for example, the sound of the dog, we used to say dog barks, and for lion roars, right? Likewise here the crows caws. Okay, so crows, so actually the crow is very common and no one like to listen to the sound of the crow, but even it makes noise and it advertises itself. But this particular tree is not at all advising, it is just standing there simply, okay, lonely. Next paragraph. But like the cawing crows, you would say there is nothing to this tree, its height is unremarkable, it leaves so ordinary. So already I have told you the cawing crows are making noise, right? So like this crow, this tree has nothing to say. Okay, actually the crow is very common and we don't notice it, we don't get interested in the crow, right? We don't see it, we don't there is nothing special to say in the crow, right? It's very common. Likewise, there is nothing to say about this tree, its height is unremarkable. Remarkable, this height is also not so special. If it is very tall, then we used to see. If it is very short, then we used to see. But this is not like that. It is just in a medium height, and this height of this plant is not so remarkable. It is not special. Its leaves are so ordinary. The leaves are also looking so ordinary. Okay. Yes. Next sentence. But come the summer, golden light is trapped within the tree. In May, the crystallized sunbeams burst out for all to see. Once again, but come the summer, golden light is trapped within the tree. In May, the crystallized sunbeams burst out for all to see. Actually, the tree is not special. But now, when summer comes, there is a golden light. So golden light here means, already I have told you, right? It's full of yellow flowers, right? So like golden light is trapped within the tree. And in May, the crystallized sunbeams burst out for all to see. So very clear, when the clear light of the sun is there in May, the trees burst out. Okay, it's full of full of yellow color flowers. I have already told you, right? I have already shown you the picture, right? Okay. Yes, so it is full of flowers. Okay, now the next para. The thundery grey cast its gloom on everything in sight, but the little tree is quite untouched. It burns with topaz light. Once again, the thundery grey sky cast its gloom on everything in sight, but the little tree is quite untouched. It burns with topaz light. So when there is a thundery grey sky, when there is when the sky, that is when the climate changes, when there is thunder, when it will be very gloomy, right? And everything looks very dull, right? When it is cloudy, everything is very dull. But this tree is not dull. It is not, the dullness does not touch this tree, but it burns with the topaz light. Topaz light means the light that shines like a clear yellow stone. Okay, very bright yellow color stone. Okay, so actually when there is a thundery grey sky, everything around looks so dull, but this tree is not dull. It is untouched. It remains very beautiful and it burns with the topaz light. When everything around is dull, this burns like a bright yellow light. Okay, yes. Next, flowers of sunshine cloak the tree and dazzle every eye, and every puff of a wayward breeze drops gold on passer-by. Once again, flowers of sunshine cloak the tree and dazzle every eye, and every puff of a wayward breeze drops gold on passer-by. Okay, so flowers of sunshine, already I told you there are full of flowers. It cloak the tree. It hides the tree. Okay, already I have shown you the picture, right? There you cannot see more leaves. Okay, fully you can see the flowers. So flowers of sunshine, it hides the tree and dazzle every eye. When everyone are seeing it, dazzles every eye. Everyone, when they are passing, definitely they'll see the tree because it is looking so beautiful, fully covered with flowers. Okay, so flowers of sunshine cloak the tree and dazzle everywhere, and every puff of wayward breeze drops gold on passerby. So when peoples are moving through that way, when a small breeze, okay, breeze means a light wind, right? So when the wind is blowing, definitely the flowers will fall, right? So it drops gold on passerby. Here gold means that flower, yellow color flower. So when the passes, the flowers will fall on the peoples who are moving through that way. Okay, and now next, even the beggar down the street smiles when he sees this tree, and for some moments he can feel a joy that comes for free. Once again, even the beggar down the street smiles when he sees this tree, and for some moments he can feel a joy that comes for free. Okay, so what is said here is even the beggar. Okay, so when there's a beggar, right? So beggar who is standing in the street, he used to smile when he sees the tree. Actually, beggars, their life is full of sorrows, right? They don't get anything properly, and they don't get anything to eat, right? So the beggar's life is full of sorrowful, and the beggars, when they are seeing this tree, they used to smile. Okay, and when they are smiling, they used to think, yes. And for some moments, when they are smiling, and they used to see that, yes, this is the only thing, that is the joy that comes for free. The joy when they see, the happiness when they see the laburnum comes very free. They don't want to pay any money for them to be joyful when they see the tree. Okay, yes, you can understand it, I think so. So what did we learn from this poem? So actually this tree is unnoticed, okay, when on all other seasons, but in summer season everyone used to get attracted to it. So everything which God had created has a particular purpose, and it has some duties to perform, and they all shine when the time comes, right? So this is the moral I want to say to you guys. So you are small kids, right? So all of a sudden we can't go into a very top position, so we should not feel for that. Okay, God has created everyone with a particular purpose, and when time comes we used to shine. Okay, so this is what we have to study from the poem. Okay, so once again I'll read the poem and we shall wind up the class today. Just down the road from where I live, a lone laburnum grows. It does not advertise itself, unlike the cawing crows, but like the cawing crows you would say, there is nothing to this tree. Its height is unremarkable, its leaves so ordinary. But come the summer, golden light is trapped within the tree. In May, the crystallized sunbeams burst out for all to see. The thundery grey sky casts its gloom on everything in sight. But the little tree is quite untouched. It burns with topaz light. Flowers of sunshine cloak the tree and dazzle every eye, and every puff of a wayward breeze drops gold on passerby. Even the beggar down the street smiles when he sees this tree, and for some moments he can feel a joy that comes for free. Written by Meera Oberoi. Okay, so you guys read the poem, okay, and complete the worksheets here in the book. Okay, anyway, I think you have understood what I have said, right? Study well, and we shall meet on our next class. Okay, thank you students. Thank you. Bye bye.